Hello and welcome to 21st Century Music. Today we review the M-Audio Oxygen 49 MIDI keyboard controller. This is an inexpensive, low-cost MIDI controller that has 4 octaves. And as you can see, some nice large buttons for triggering patterns or drums. Now, one of the main things that you need in any MIDI controller is a quick way to be able to assign any of the sliders, knobs, or buttons to a MIDI control change number. Then you also need a quick way to store your overall setup. And finally, a simple method to back that up into the computer for quick reinsert into the device, since most of these things have limited memory and you may want to have an unlimited number of patches or presets. And we'll see that this wonderful little inexpensive MIDI controller takes the cake on all counts in terms of ease of use. First of all, when you touch any slider or knob, it immediately shows you the value. In other words, this one goes from 0 to 127, and the 20 that you see there is the control change assigned to that first slider. If I touch another one, you'll see that that is actually assigned to 21. If we come over here and we rotate a knob, first you see the actual value that the knob is, and then it quickly defaults to the control change number, which in this case is 22. So you instantly know by reason of this little 7 segment readout what particular control change number is assigned to any of your buttons, sliders, or rotary controls. If you press the select button, you'll notice that the decimal point moves from one digit to the next. And you'll also see right underneath the display global, program, and presets. Okay? So if you have the decimal point right there on the first one, under global, and you press the up and down buttons, or rather left and right arrows, you will see that we have the small c and it changes. That's the global control MIDI channel. So we can quickly change that with the buttons, and right now we'll leave it at channel 0 for the global. Now if you have it globally set to channel 1, then what you would do is you would set all your channels in each of the individual controls to 0, and that would mean that everything, all of the sliders, controls, faders, and everything transmit on MIDI channel 1. So the global channel is just a quick way of being able to get the whole keyboard, everything to transmit on the same channel. But you can, in fact, if you desire, set individual channels for each of the sliders, faders, or buttons, and that will, of course, override the global channel assignment. Now, if we quickly move the decimal point to presets, and you also now use the arrow keys, you will see that we have up to 10 preset memories in which we can store the entire keyboard configuration. Okay, so that would be, obviously when you do store into one of those presets, you overwrite what was the factory default. And you can get it back because you can do a factory reset, but you can also store the entire configuration using the SysX bulk dump feature. And as you can see here, each of the keys is labeled according to the particular function. So in other words, when we press this key here, we'll get a memory dump function. Now to switch the keyboard into the control mode where each of the keys actually gives you a control function, you have to use the edit button. When we press this edit button, it glows and the display goes to 3 dots, and then you can in fact select these various features here along the keys, which make it very easy and very quick to instantly change the assignment. You have the 0 to 9 key and the enter and cancel, and that we can very quickly change the assignment. Suppose you wanted to change the first slider C1 from control channel 20 to say control channel 70. How would that do? Well, it does very quickly. You just touch the edit button, then you touch control select, and as you see, it's the first one, but if it wasn't flashing the first one, you could just wiggle it, and now it is flashing it there, and then you hit control assign, and then you see the 70 flashing, and then you come up here on the number keys and you put in 70 and do enter, and now it has just gone to 70. And whenever we wiggle, and it's also turned off the edit function and gone back to normal play mode, and when we now wiggle the channel, you see that we have got it assigned to 70. So that's it, really simple, very fast. All you simply do is touch edit, touch control select, then touch control assign, then enter the numbers using the number keys and press the enter, which is the highest note on the keyboard. It exits the edit mode and you're done. Now let's assume you've made all your selections and you've got all your faders and knobs assigned, and you want to store the entire configuration. How would we do that? You simply press edit and the button lights, then you come down here and you press store, which as you can see, store, that's this key here. So you press store, the display flashes the first preset number. If you can now press the up and down select to select whatever number you want to select. Let us say we want to select 2, and then it continues to flash, and you come over here and where you see you have enter, the highest key on the keyboard, you press that and it's completely stored into preset 2.